I asked my best friend Lily to try on the bridesmaid dress. She put on my wedding gown instead. On the morning of my wedding, Lily and my fiancé walked out of the same hotel room together, clothes disheveled. The staff stared. My parents wailed. Lily stood in my ruined wedding gown, the torn lace, the marks on her skin. Her mouth said sorry. Her eyes said I won. My father kicked Ethan in the thigh. The staff held him back. Ethan got up off the floor, hugged me gently.
Emma, I'm sorry, but what's done is done. Please, let us have your blessing.
Shameless. I could see it clearly. He was satisfied. Everyone expected me to slap him. Instead, I nodded. The venue's already booked. Use it. Get married today. Right here.
Emma, I knew you were a generous person.
My parents nearly collapsed.
Emma, you're just letting them go?
I pulled my parents around the corner, opened my hand. 2 broken pieces of the bracelet lay in my palm.
Just now? It broke just now?
Dad's fingers were trembling.
That can't be right.
I nodded. My parents' faces changed instantly. Terror. Dad grabbed my hand and pulled.
We're moving. Now! Right now!
We passed the cardboard standees by the hotel entrance, the ones with Ethan and me printed life-size in wedding clothes. Dad kicked Ethan's. Mom grabbed mine and tucked it under her arm. She was already on the phone with the wedding coordinator before we reached the parking lot, telling him to strip every photo, every banner, every sign with my name on it from the venue. I deleted Ethan's number, every photo, every message thread. We left the hotel in a dead sprint. By that night, we had packed up our lives and left the city entirely. It all came down to what Grandma had left behind. Grandma was the most gifted seer in the whole town. Big things, small things, it didn't matter. Lost cats, coming disasters. She'd called every single one. Some people said she wasn't fully human, that she was something else wearing a human face, because in 99 years of living, she was never once wrong. She died on the clear winter afternoon. She was sitting in the rocking chair in the yard, one hand resting on our old dog. Then she called my name.
Little Emma.
I was 8. I walked over. She lifted the bracelet and tied it around mine.
Keep this on. Don't ever take it off. If it breaks someday, it means it stops something from reaching you. Something enormous. You leave immediately, you hear me? Get as far as you can from whoever was closest to you when it broke.
I didn't understand. What kind of enormous thing, Grandma?
She looked at me for a long moment. Then, without teeth, she said 2 words slowly.
Hollow Creek.
I told Mom and Dad everything she'd said. I asked them what Hollow Creek was. They went still. Then they closed the subject, packed our things, and moved us to the city. That was the memory I'd buried for years, until now. The story about me, Ethan, and Lily spread everywhere. At first, people took my side. Lily was the villain. A best friend who slept with her best friend's groom on the wedding night was as low as it got. Then people found out I hadn't fought back. I'd handed over the groom and the wedding without so much as a raised voice. The narrative flipped. Now I was the coward, the doormat, the girl who let her best friend steal her man and just stood there. I didn't care. Let them talk. Lily became Mrs. Ethan Mercer in the ceremony that was supposed to be mine. She was thrilled with herself. Her Instagram hadn't stopped moving since that day. Close-ups of the engagement ring, the $100,000 check from Ethan's parents, Ethan down on one knee fitting her with a crystal-heeled shoe, closet after closet of designer clothes and accessories.
Grateful for everything. Grateful I was brave enough to go after what I wanted. And what I do, what I've raised. In this life, you only get one shot. Take it.
Ethan played along, flooding his own feed with couple photos. Mutual friends liked everything. A few left comments on Lily's posts. Guess some people just aren't meant for this life, huh? Lily replied with a grinning emoji. I saw it all and laughed out loud. She had no idea what was coming. I shook my head and put the phone down. The world keeps score eventually.
We didn't just move across town, we moved halfway across the state. The new place was out of the way, small population. Mom said any nearby city would have been fine, but Dad wouldn't hear it. He had something in his head that made him insist on going hundreds of miles. Mom gave up arguing, we went. I trusted Grandma's warning, but my parents' reaction still made me curious. That night at dinner, I asked, what exactly is the catastrophe Grandma was talking about? The table went quiet. Mom put a piece of pot roast on Dad's plate.
She's grown up now. We can tell her.
Dad hesitated. Then he nodded.
Go ahead.
My mind was already running. A catastrophe. Was it a natural disaster? A flood? Some kind of earthquake?
Hollow Creek,
Mom said. Her voice was flat and serious.
You remember what Grandma said?
Yes.
Hollow Creek was a small community, maybe 300 people, 12 miles from where we grew up.
She stopped.
One night, every single person in that community was found hanged. The whole settlement gone.
The warmth at the dinner dinner table just evaporated, hanged. Every one of them. I'd imagined floods, fires. Not this. Why? I asked. Mom and Dad exchanged a look. Something got in, they said
at the same time.
I finished dinner in a fog. I kept turning it over. No wonder Grandma had pressed that bracelet into my hands before she died. It was meant for exactly this, and she'd seen it coming, decades before it happened. Then a thought hit me. If the bracelet protected me from whatever was attached to Ethan, why didn't it break earlier? Why only now, after he and Lily spent the night together? Had Grandma calculated that too? Had she seen even that variable coming? I was still in my head about it when my phone rang. Unknown number. I picked up.
Emma, are you okay?
Ethan. I hung up and blocked the number before the call screen even faded. I wasn't touching anything connected to him. Not anymore. After that, I stopped answering unknown numbers entirely. I was too scared not to. Meanwhile, Lily kept performing for the internet. Designer hauls, luxury hotel stays, jewelry unboxings that went on for minutes. The rich wife content never stopped. Then she got bored of showing off and decided to come back for me. Late one night, Lily went live. Full glam, draped in an expensive fur coat, sinking into an equally expensive couch. The comments poured in, all compliments. She smiled and nodded at the camera.
Just wanted to hang out with you guys tonight. No agenda.
She walked through a few handbags, answered some questions, and then someone in the chat brought up my name. She leaned into it immediately.
Her. I mean, some people just aren't built for this life, I guess. The meal was basically on the table, and she still couldn't figure out how to eat it. As for us being best friends, I don't know, did she ever actually treat me like one? She met Ethan and didn't say a word to me for weeks, only told me once they were already together, like she was afraid I'd compete. Can't help it if love finds a way. Where is she now? Honestly, her family was probably terrified once I became a mercer. They ran out the same night as the wedding. Probably thought I'd come after them once I had money.
I stared at the screen at this stranger, wearing my best friend's face. I'd been that blind for that long. She was still making things up about me, but the live chat was quick. Someone spotted something. Lily, your wardrobe behind you. I think it just moved. Wait, I saw that too. Something's in there. Is that a dog? Go check. Lily missed the comments at first, then the chat flooded with it. Everyone was telling her to watch her back. I saw it too. The wardrobe door was cracked open an inch. Something was there in the gap. The angle was wrong in a specific way that made my stomach turn. Because if those were eyes looking through the crack, they were positioned at the very bottom of the door, almost at floor level. Lily rolled her eyes at the chat. She pulled the fur coat tighter around her shoulders.
You guys are always trying to scare. Nobody else is home tonight, okay? Stop it.
Then she stood up, heels clicking against the floor, and walked straight to the wardrobe with the phone pointed at it. See? Nothing. She yanked the door open. A man in a black jacket tumbled out and hit the floor hard. He was wearing a black face mask. Expensive jewelry scattered around him when he landed. A burglar, clearly. But he didn't run. He pressed himself into the corner of the room and curled up there, eyes unfocused, face the color of old paper.
Don't kill me. Please. I didn't mean it. Please don't let her look at me again.
He was staring at the air just above Lily's shoulder. He threw himself forward and started slamming his forehead against the floor in front of her feet.
I'm begging you. Please. I'll do anything. Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
He kept going until his forehead was slick with blood, faster and faster. Lily stumbled back, hand pressed over her chest. Then she ran, screaming.
Help! There's someone in my house! Help!
The phone got knocked off whatever surface it was resting on. Feed went sideways, then dark. I sat there staring at my screen. That man had seen something that had broken him open in seconds. Whatever it wasn't in the frame. I thought about what Mom had told me about Hollow Creek. The feeling in my gut wasn't good. Something was already inside the Mercer house, and whatever it was, it had started showing itself. Lily's break-in went viral. Ethan rushed home that night. The moment he appeared on her live stream, I closed the app. I wasn't watching anything that had his face in it, not with what was coming. My phone buzzed. Sophie, my college roommate. She'd lived in the same dorm as Lily and me. Emma, I heard about what Lily did. I'm so sorry. You doing okay? I typed back. Thanks, then another message. She's disgusting for what she did to you. Listen, I've been thinking. Do you want to do something about it? I have an idea. I paused. Sophie and Lily had always been close too. We all lived on the same floor. I didn't want to go near Lily, not now. She was sleeping next to Ethan every night, and whatever was coming for him, I wasn't putting myself anywhere in that radius. I turned Sophie down. She kept pushing, kept asking if I wanted payback, kept dangling this idea she had. I put her on mute. Mom and Dad had shifted into a different mode entirely. They'd been making supply runs every day. The apartment was filling up. Food, cooking oil, canned goods, bottled water, snacks they knew I liked. Even a few boxes of the meat-free stuff I sometimes ate. Are we preparing for the apocalypse? I asked, watching Dad stack water bottles along the wall. He wiped his hands on his jeans and slid a case of my favorite drinks into the fridge.
You read too many of those end-of-the-world novels. But yeah, it's something like that this time.
Mom added,
We don't leave this apartment for the next month. You call into work. And if they won't give you the time off, you quit. Being alive is the only thing that matters right now. Cut every thread that could connect us to what's happening over there.
Dad turned around and looked at me.
And I know you've been watching that woman's streams. That stops now.
I nodded and blocked Lily's account right there in front of them. Dad took a folding chair out to the balcony and sat there smoking. He watched the sky turn red and orange at the edge of the horizon. He exhaled slowly.
Someone's going to pay for this one.
We shut the door and stayed inside. Mom and Dad had never given me the full story on Hollow Creek, just the broad outline. But a whole community hanged in a single night, and no one could explain it, and no weapon was ever found. Whatever had done it wasn't human. Meanwhile, Lily and Ethan kept living like they'd won something. Lunch at expensive restaurants, nights on the water with friends, all of it posted, all of it bright. Until the middle of that month, when the haunting started. Even with Lily blocked, the story found me. Influencers were covering it. Accounts I still followed were sharing clips. The Mercer estate was haunted. It was everywhere. The Mercers all lived together in the same mansion, a sprawling place with more rooms than any family needed. One night, Lily woke up to the sound of crying. She was half asleep, didn't register it at first, but the crying got louder, higher. It cut through the air like something sharp. She finally noticed it was coming from her own balcony. She hadn't drawn the curtains before bed. She looked toward the glass. A woman in a white sundress was sitting on the balcony railing, back turned, knees pulled up, sobbing, long hair down to her waist. The balcony was on the 4th floor. Lily screamed. By the time the housekeeper and the house manager got there, the balcony door was locked from the inside. Nothing there. No one. The Mercers told her she'd imagined it. Then the second thing happened. Ethan's younger brother had always walked in his sleep. That night, he dreamed of a girl in a white dress crouching beside the mansion's outdoor pool.